Yeah. All right. Welcome to the Loud Boys, everybody. We're back with another. We're on a hot streak. Not gonna lie. We got a guy ready to go. He bought a gaming chair because he knew he would be on this podcast. Mike Recine is here, everybody.
Yeah, I bought it for the show.
He's like, I need to incel it up before I get on here.
Yeah.
And we got.
Are you gaming?
A little bit. I started replaying Red Dead recently, but it's really slow. I forgot how slow it is.
Yeah, me and Joe have been playing the shit out of it, and it is tedious.
Yeah,
all those Rockstar games they have like these long missions where you like just don't do anything. You just it could be so condensed so easily, and like I don't know. I don't like those living simulator missions and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'll be like find my son and tell him that I can't wait to see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And then it's also like you get a notification that's like, go to bed. You need to get some sleep.
Yeah, I hate that. Or like, you need to eat food. You didn't eat any food.
Right. Tell my teenage daughter to eat her vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird
Why am
game.
I raising a granddaughter in real time? Like I could just be doing this in real life.
And story-wise, it's like with something like The Sopranos, all the characters are scumbags, but some seem at least a little redeemable. But none of the characters in Red Dead I find to be redeemable at all. Like I'm like, I hope Arthur Morgan dies. I don't care about this.
I kind of like Arthur.
Arthur's been killing black people left and right during my playthrough, and I don't get it, dude. It's like, this guy's a bigot, man. He's like killing black people. Like, dude, chill out, man. I'm not a fan of it.
He kills so many people in the game, and they present Arthur as this like kind of anti-hero, but the whole time you just remember that he's killed maybe like 600 cops.
He's killed a lot of people.
Cops and security guards and just people trying to like do their job.
Yeah, I won't abide by anyone who kills a cop or even disrespects one.
Yeah,
dude. We back the blue on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm pro cop.
Yeah,
we all are.
This is the Blue Lives Matter cast.
Yeah, we love cops and the Smurfs. Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah. We just reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, we're big on blue lives. Yeah.
Big on blue, dude.
Blue, no matter who, whether it's Sonic, the Smurfs, or a cop. That's what I'm voting in November. I met Mike. I don't know if you remember, but I met Mike at Kat Zini's birthday party, I think. And I've been Mike's a really funny comic, and I really like his podcast too about crime and shit. And especially, I really like the Sopranos analysis because
I feel really slow though. Like when you brought up Kat Zini, I wanted to give him some nickname, like Kat Zini, old, but my brain just like drew a blank.
Old baked Zini. How about that?
There you go,
Zini.
Okay.
When we got high with
it, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything snappy, and I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely deteriorating. I haven't said anything. I don't know. I'm not funny anymore. Just want to let you guys know up top.
This is not a humor podcast in the least. This is a gaming and police worship podcast.
Yeah, this is actually a National Review official podcast. So you don't have to
we're just chilling, man.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. 2 weeks ago, we had a couple comics on, and they were riffing hard, and I was like, man, I'm so dead. Like my brain is melted from quarantining.
Yeah,
I got nothing left.
This COVID-19 has made animals of us, man. Fucking unfunny animals.
I'm starting not to like COVID very much.
I'm starting.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was cool when like there were only like 10,000 people dead.
Yeah.
And remember when it was like an old person disease, and it was like, well, if you're over 50, you're gonna get it and die. I'm like, good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, let's cleanse the palate a little bit. And now it's like,
when it's just a bunch of Western Europeans and grannies, it was like, this is hilarious.
That was tight, man. The good old days.
Kids were calling it boomer remover. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems so much easier back then. So much more simpler.
Yeah.
Were we ever so young?
God, I don't know. It's been like a while, and it feels longer.
Yeah. First week of quarantine was like the greatest week of my life.
Oh yeah, it was sick.
Sick.
Yeah.
It was just
like, well, we got some much needed time off, like a little time to just relax and recoup. And now it's been like years. I forget, man.
Yeah. And they were telling us too. They were like, "Oh, it's gonna," they were like, "Oh, it's only 2 weeks," and everyone's like, 2 weeks, okay. And then they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be more like a month." And it keeps getting,
Well, the best was just like that first week when women just clearly didn't know what to do. That was great, but now I'm starting to not know what to do. Yeah.
But Robbie, you and I, all of us, me, Robbie, and Joe, we were never getting laid. So this was just our like natural state.
It was like, oh yeah, it just became socially acceptable to tweet about how horny I was.
Well, that's actually where we have a leg up, because all the women, dude, they're losing their minds, but we're Zen masters in all of this. Like we know exactly how to handle this.
We know how to be horny. We know how to be horny for prolonged periods of time. But
damn right.
And it's really
this is the first time women have to be incels, and I don't think they're a fan of it.
They're not, dude.
Welcome to the party, ladies.
Yeah, hope you enjoy your Nintendo Switches.
Remember when you used to make fun of us? Well, looks like the ball's in the other court.
Yeah, how the tables have turned.
Oh, look at you saying racial slurs on Reddit because when you can't get piped. I think dudes are handling it better than, like across the board for the most part. It seems like dudes are doing better than women.
Yeah. Well, I was actually there's like a scientific reason for that. Like men are more equipped for isolation than women.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because we're smarter.
Yeah, and we can pee standing up, dude. We're cool. We are a cool ass group of people.
Yeah, we really are.
We pee standing up. Our brains are bigger.
We rule so hard.
Yeah, we do,
dude.
Damn, I wish I could have sex with a man.
Yeah, wouldn't that be sick? I mean,
it solves so much.
In addition to all these great benefits, they're also much more sexually attractive.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Why are we attracted to women, dude?
Yeah, disgusting women.
I want to drink a guy's cum and absorb his power.
Yeah.
I want to drink the Rock's cum.
What if it was like the Santa Claus, but Tim Allen kills a gay guy, so he has to become gay?
Just ripped.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so jacked.
He goes to the doctor, and the doctor's just like, "Yeah, dude, you have AIDS."
Tim, where do these tickets to Hairspray come from?
Yeah, he's like, "Who cares? I'm having a great time."
He's not even worried about it. He's like, "Man, this is great. This is so much. I'm just doing Molly and poppers, being gay rock."
Dad, what's happening? Well, Charlie.
They go to the.
I'm a gay guy.
They go to the North Pole, but that's just the name of a gay club in the city.
Just a bunch of midgets, like half clothed, like in elf hats.
Turns out elf is just another. It's like the same as like otter or bear. It's just a type of being gay. Yeah, it's like a lot of elves at the North Pole.
He finds himself like making comments at award shows, and he's like, "Oh, she's like that." She's like, "That's not like you."
Why am I tweeting the Golden Globes? Something came over me.
Yeah.
Why is my homepage tmz.com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Damn, dude. Tim Allen, really, what a king. He was. Yeah, man. I'll bet he's doing great in quarantine.
Dude, absolutely. Just doing a bunch of blow and cashing in on that Toy Story money. What's not to love, dude?
I thought it was I hated how they marginalized him in the new Toy Story. Buzz was barely in that.
Oh really? Yeah, the most recent one, Toy Story 4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was clearly just because they're like, well, we don't want to they're trying to phase out Tim Allen from the franchise, which I won't stand for,
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry that children's movie didn't live up to your expectations.
Yeah, dude. How about a Toy Story for adult men?
Yeah, man. Dude, Guy Story.
It's funny. Yeah. I did write like a long review of Toy Story and then deleted it. I was like, I can't post a review of Toy Story. Like as a grown man, this is like too.
Who you posted?
I have a Letterboxd account, which is like a social media website for like watching movies and stuff.
Nice. What was the best movie that you guys watched during Quar?
Oh, good question. I rewatched
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, we watched Sonic the Hedgehog. Let me tell you, that guy goes fast.
Dude, he has to.
I rewatched Zodiac, and that's like one of the best like movies. It's you know what I watched last night? Glengarry Glen Ross. That is an ultimate fucking dudes rock movie ever.
That's an awesome, yeah. But it's like every fucking asshole who's involved in sales watches Glengarry Glen Ross and misinterpreted Alec Baldwin's role.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is how it should be. It's like that guy's actually like a massive, unhappy piece of shit.
Yeah, and
like,
leads to the destruction of
that's my name.
And that leads to the destruction of like their company and people getting arrested because Alec Baldwin like forced them to like be insane, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By setting up unrealistic quotas.
But that always happens with stuff like that. Like all the people that watched Mad Men and were like, man, I want to be Don Draper.
Okay, take that shit back because I want to be Don Draper.
Oh, okay.
I want to fucking.
Is somebody taking a shower right now?
Yeah, me. I'm actually pissing on my floor. I didn't want to get up twice.
Oh, this mic is hot.
No, she's used.
How was Mike as a guest?
I was on the phone with a friend of mine today, and and we were talking. I had her on speaker, and I had to pee, but I didn't want to like start peeing into the toilet, so I just pissed in my shower. I was like, here goes nothing, because it makes less of a noise.
Right, you can mask it easier.
Dude, I've done that. I've done the exact same thing where it's like you don't want to wake people up by your heavy stream hitting the water, so you're like, dude, I'm just gonna piss in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I've absentmindedly like been talking to my mom or something on the phone and just like went to the bathroom to start pissing and I'm like, oh god, whoops.
Damn, disrespect. I've never made a bowel movement on the phone.
No,
I can't handle that. I'm always afraid of dropping my phone in the toilet. I think.
Dude, that was like I was so happy when I finally got like a Bluetooth headset because I could finally shit while I was on the phone. It's nice, dude. Because my mom will call, and it's like, God damn, I got shit, but I don't want to like have to rush her off the phone because she'll get mad. So now it's like Bluetooth. Just take a dump while I'm talking to my mom.
God damn it! I was using the wrong mic this whole time. Fuck.
I didn't want to say anything, dude. But
why wouldn't you say something? Jesus Christ!
I don't know, dude. No, I didn't know. I didn't notice, dude.
Okay, good. Well, phew. Luckily we have a mic already. Mic Recine.
Yeah.
Mike, how are you? Mike, how are you holding up during all of this?
I guess I'm okay. I'm just trying to stay busy. It's like, I don't know. The time goes by really fast. It's weird. You wake up and you're like I wake up kind of depressed. And then when I start doing stuff, I'm like, oh, there's not enough time in the day to do anything.
Yeah.
And then,
Do you miss stand-up at all?
I think now I do. Yeah, I didn't at first, but I do. I do now.
I think it started to hit me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the first month it was like, all right, it's just a month, and a month off can be good for the creative process. But now it's like, okay, well, I've been ready to get back, but I still can't do it, and that kind of sucks.
It's
like
just one of those
don't
things.
Have the option.
It's one of those things that like you're either good at it or you're bad at it, and there's no hiding. You can't hide behind. Like anybody can make a TikTok video of like their dad taking a shit and it gets like 5 million views.
That sounds pretty funny though, actually.
Yeah.
Just, hey, Dad, you taking a shit, you dumb bitch.
Wait, so just jackass? So just doing jackass?
Your dad finds out, he's like, how many views? Who's sponsoring? Blue Chew wants to sponsor your TikTok channel?
Do you want me to do it again? You want to get a video of this again? You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like one of the positives of this it's like put so much into perspective because it's like I really miss doing comedy now, and I spent so much time just being frustrated and angry about comedy, and I realize how fucking stupid that is now. Now that I can't do it, where I was just like focusing on what other people were getting rather than just enjoying doing it.
I realized that part of my brain that was mad about what other people were getting has just transferred me like, they got a bunch of fucking likes on this bullshit. Like that part just isn't going away. But that made me realize.
You gotta stop, dude. You gotta stop doing that. Just take it one day at a time. Focus on yourself, baby. Don't even worry about your career. Just enjoy the moment, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it's a weird thing because you know you're doing this for yourself anyway. I was talking to Mike Lawrence, a friend of mine, last night, and he was saying that like comics performers kind of know that it's for them anyway, but now that the audience is gone, it's like it's more clear that like this is just for you. So it's just you doing stuff.
Yeah, that's what these Zoom shows have really exposed, because I don't know who is tuning into those besides like there's so much content on the internet. I don't know who that's for. Although we know a guy who just posts jokes, just like front-facing jokes on TikTok, and he has like 75 million. Dude. Freddie Goldstein.
Oh my god!
No. I had a feeling it was gonna be. You were talking about Fred. Is he doing well? Because I follow him too, and it's like
he has like 75 million likes on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of bizarre.
I'm getting so fucking sick of seeing his face pop up.
His face, yeah.
I'm just like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah,
Stop posting.
It reminds me of something you'd see on Nickelodeon when you were like too young and it would creep you out, you know? Just some weird, like weird Gen X-y art.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like Ren and Stimpy.
You're like, what was that? Yeah.
He's just like the Ren and Stimpy when it's just like a super up close detailed photo on Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. Like, oh. Yeah. Right. That's what it is. It makes you feel kind of weird.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Good
a part of it.
I didn't know he was like doing well with that.
Yeah, I was checking out.
He posted something the other day. It was this shitty joke where it was like
so weird. If I have to ask that guy for a fucking favor someday, I'm gonna just kill myself before.
Dude.
You know? I can't. I mean, no disrespect to Fred or anything, but if I have to be like, hey, dude, I got a car if you need an opener for your gig, I'll just quit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You have to middle for Freddie. Just be like, all right, you've seen him on TikTok. Give it up.
Have you guys seen any of your contemporaries like kind of blow up and get really big?
No.
Yeah, definitely. They all unfollow me on Twitter after that happens.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Yeah, I knew fucking Rami Youssef back in LA. I know a ton of. I like it's crazy.
It's so weird because you have this impulse to be like, yeah, you ain't shit. Like you're not that good, but you know, that's how you feel. That's how you feel in your heart.
Because you remember them when they were doing open mics and stuff like that, and they probably got better because they're exposed to way better stage times, so they develop quicker and with like more real audiences than you have. But you're still like, well, I mean, it kind of like makes you devalue all of celebrity once you're on the ground with it. But it's kind of cool to know.
That's so bizarre. He's doing so well on. I mean, good for him. I mean, he's a nice enough guy. I like Fred.
I like Freddie too.
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's the other thing too. Is every time you talk shit about, not that we're talking shit, but every time you talk about somebody on a podcast, it like gets back to them.
Yeah. He's gonna come up to me at New York Comedy Club.
So we're not.
We're just here to talk.
I struggle with that so much because it's like I do feel like there might be some kind of karma to it, but I also just feel bad about talking shit. But man, it's so fun. It's so fun to talk trash about people behind their back.
Well, I was watching The Simpsons the other night, and it's the episode where Homer has the bowling team.
Yeah,
but that episode starts off with the Pin Pals, but that episode starts off with Bart buying an issue of Mad Magazine, and he's like reading Mad Magazine, and the way that the show presents Mad Magazine, you're like, oh, somebody at that writing staff like hates this magazine and thinks it sucks.
Right.
They're making fun of it in a very like subtle way.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a cool thing about comedy, to be able to like kind of
be able to shit on stuff. Well, that was
be able to shit on stuff and be petty and say the shit that you don't like about other comics.
Yeah. Well, that was
which is frowned upon, but you know.
Yeah.
We've done that on this podcast.
Yeah. We had a couple comics on and we just talked shit about everyone, and none of it got back to us. That's the key, is to just make sure no one listens.
I will. I mean, I still stand by. I'll fight Lewis if it ever gets back to me.
Hey, come on, man!
I'll fucking fist fight that
Lewis
dude.
Gomez? I'll fight him too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He's doing the fucking real ass challenge, 30 miles in 30 days or whatever.
Or 30-minute runs in 30 days or something like that.
Yeah. But that, I mean. Well, remember when like South Park went after Family Guy? I feel like that was such a big thing. It was like, oh my god, a cartoon going after another cartoon. That's crazy. And then it kind of like ruined.
But Family Guy goes after. Did it?
I mean, among people I knew, like I remember everyone liked Family Guy, and then that episode came out, and then everyone was like, "Family Guy fucking sucks. It's for idiots."
Right.
Like, it was like that.
Right.
Right. People said, "Oh, it's written by manatees." And that's the only thing South Park ever said that I disagreed with. The only political opinion they've ever had that I was like,
yeah. Well, but Family Guy's like good, but it's also been on for so long that it's been a lot of different things. But Family Guy goes after comedians like all the time. Like they made fun of Kat. I mean, that's like so funny to me. They made fun of Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
And I think if you do it in a way that's like truthful, I think you can kind of get away with it. Like I think the comic would see it and be like, oh yeah, that is kind of like what I do. You know?
Right.
If you're funny about it, I don't think they can get upset. I don't know.
Unless they're pieces of shit.
Unless they're real pieces of shit. Yeah.
Well, the problem is like if you ever go to any of those like where they call them like feedback mics or any of those like you pay $30 for someone to watch your set and give you feedback.
Yeah.
None of that shit is ever valuable because the people you're getting it from are pretty bad at comedy. But the people that are good at comedy aren't going to go up to another comedian and go, okay, hey, look, let's sit down. Here's where you're fucking up. Here's where you're good. Here's where you need to improve. You just wouldn't do that. And so instead, you just say bad things behind their back.
Yeah. This piece of shit's working on the same material for fucking 10 years. And then to your face, you're like, I love that thing. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, also because comics are just gossipy. We're all fucking catty, gossipy, like whores, you know? So we're just like, did you hear what Jeff did at the Creek in the Cave? Ooh.
Yeah, we're all cowards.
Yeah.
We really are.
Really like weak personality people. I mean, but then you like create this like that's what comedy is. It's socially dysfunctional people creating a version of themselves that people would actually want to hang out with.
Well, that I mean, all that comes from, all of that like thin-skinned insecurity, all that comes from is just like worrying too much about your like having a career and like focusing too much on this idea of making it. It's like I'm trying to get to a place where I just enjoy doing it. And not really care about this idea of like succeeding one day because there's a very real possibility that could never happen. So
what are you talking about? Comedy Central's thriving. They'll be able to give us all jobs.
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys read that article? It's probably going to go under.
No.
Comedy Central?
No.
Yeah, Comedy Central. There was just a big New York Times article that was like, yeah, they haven't had a hit in a while, and they just fired like 20 people in their development team and the president and all these other people.
South Park's going to have to move to Quibi.
I think that's true though. I don't want to. I mean, I don't love a lot of their content, and even people who do stuff with them don't like it either.
I don't think the people that work there like it.
No,
I think the people who
don't even like it.
No, because
weird.
The people I know who work there have like good taste in comedy.
Yeah,
and then they give like shots to just the most dog shit fucking comedians who look like they skateboard, and that's like the only criteria for putting them on a fucking
we know people.
It's bizarre, yeah.
We know people who write for the Daily Show, and they've told me like it's a bad show.
Well, it's funny. He told me it's funny watching him do that show with that audience, with no audience there, because it's just like you see the jokes for what they are.
Oh my god, Cuomo-sexual, so funny.
I think I want to have sex with Andrew Cuomo. You know what I mean? I want him to bust in my mouth and fuck my ass.
I love
You know
Anthony.
what I mean, folks? It's just him in a hoodie and his fucking behind his sneaker collection.
I got a rim job from Anthony Fauci. I said, ouchie, Fauci, you fucking my ass.
Some company is selling underwear, women's underwear with the words like Cuomo, Fauci, and Newsom
I saw
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
women
two
are so
Italians, nice.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Italians.
This is a great time for Italians, man.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
Fauci, Cuomo, De Blasio.
Tony Soprano.
Well,
Did
you guys?
We're not just retarded.
And
we don't just sit in front of a pork store grabbing our crotch, making vowel sounds.
You're also
Oh my god! Did you guys see the picture Mateo posted with the new tracksuit?
No.
Yeah.
Of course.
He bought like a pink tracksuit.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Yeah, it's a good tracksuit.
Mateo was very upset to hear I wasn't Italian when he was like, so, Robbie, you're like Italian, right? And I was like, no. And he's like, what? But you like all those mob movies. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Dude, I love him so much.
Yeah, Mateo.
He's a good egg.
An autistic comedian that we see around. He cried at Skankfest. We shouldn't talk about that. Fuck. No, I feel bad. He's a nice guy.
Well, too late now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on. I want to make some.
he did the naked roast, and it didn't go very well. And that's got to be the most humiliating thing ever, like to bomb naked. You know, I don't like it could easily fucking happen. That's why I would never do that show.
Well, the most humiliating thing is sitting in the green room being naked, being like, "This is your shot. Don't fuck this up."
8 Mile, but he's just naked.
Getting yourself half hard.
His palms are sweaty.
Yeah.
I do want to be clear. Like, I have nothing bad to say about him. Like, I think he's a nice guy, and it kind of bothers me when people say anything kind of negative about him, because it's like, I don't know.
Hey, I didn't. It was Robbie. I didn't do it.
No, this is man. Robbie's the one who hates Mateo.
I just feel like I came off. I feel like I came.
This is a pro Mateo podcast, 100%. I want to make that clear.
I just feel like I came off as if I was mocking him, and I just want to make it very clear I'm not. Like, I do like him, and I think he's like overall a good dude, and he clearly like I don't want to say anything bad.
Well, we have him scheduled on the podcast for next week, actually.
All right.
Nice.
A funny thing about the naked roast is like I was talking to a guy who was about to go on at Skankfest backstage, and he was like, it was just like comedy in a nutshell. It was very seriously like, okay, so I'm gonna take out this little set list, and it's gonna be a gag. Is it funnier if I take it out of my dick hole or my ass? Like very like intensely. Like I was like, God, I hate comedy so much.
Yeah.
Dick hole. Did he take it out of his dick hole?
Yeah, he did. It got a big laugh.
Nice.
He was right to hash it out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I hate 95% of it.
You hate 95%
of comedy?
Yeah.
Or of comedy.
I hate 95% of comedy.
There's
5% of it that I like, and it's like The Simpsons and like some Cumtown clips on it.
Yeah. And Bowfinger.
And you guys. Yeah, and Bowfinger, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Movie
thanks for throwing us in.
We are the 5%.
Yeah.
I just I was talking to my therapist today about like just the disparity between my generation and my dad's, where it's like my dad's a GED, but he makes good, like he owns a house, all that shit, like he does well for himself. And somehow it turned into me talking about Cumtown, where I was like, these guys are making money. And she said, I'm sorry, did you just say Cumtown? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, like, cum, like C-U-M? And I go, yeah. And she was like, I'll listen to it and I'll tell you what I think about it. So my therapist is going to listen to Cumtown because of me.
Damn, dude, you should have plugged our podcast instead. We need those.
I really should have.
Yeah, we need a download. Yeah, dude. We need
to get on that, man.
If she wants to see your true self, man, that's what you would have done.
Yeah, I should have.
Next time, dude. Don't worry about it.
Mike, have you been cooking a lot in quarantine?
Yeah, but I'm like sick of it. Like I went grocery shopping last night, and I just started thinking about all the work I have to do this week, and I don't want to do it anymore. So, but I made a few things. I like to cook.
What'd you make?
I made for Easter I made a blueberry pie.
Ooh.
I did some barbecue chicken last night on my grill.
Nice.
Yeah. What else? Doing a little baking, but I'm not really a dessert guy.
Baking. Yeah, I never need to cook like pastries are already so cheap. Like I don't understand why you would bake. They're like $1.
I love baking.
I think it's just I don't know, it's like a fun thing to make your own pastries and bread and shit. It's like,
just the 30 seconds you spend eating it makes you mess up your gains.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you could be doing push-ups.
Yeah. I just bought some new running shoes.
Can you hear my fiance chopping vegetables in the background?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what?
I like it.
It's like the fifth mic.
Yeah,
dude. It's part of like the ASMR experience, man.
I can just hear her just in the kitchen just being disgusted with me. She does teletherapy all day with kids, so she like works. She's a speech pathologist, so she like helps kids talk all day, and I could just feel her like judging me. You know,
these kids are much more smart than my husband.
What if Tim? We're like, what if Tim Allen was gay?
I'm gay.
Yeah, that's the sound of him choking on another man's penis. Am I right?
His neighbor Wilson just sticks his dick through the fence.
Yeah, I did that.
Hey, ho, good neighbor Tim. His dick just fucking comes.
Yeah, your wife is fucking
Tim
wrong,
how to fuck
dude.
Jill. He teaches Tim how to fuck Jill the proper way through the hole in the fence. Yeah, demonstration.
Dome improvement.
Hey, it takes all kinds to make the world go around.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I used to have panic attacks about that. Like when I started comedy.
About Tim Allen?
About Tim Allen, yeah, for sure, dude. No, just like when I started doing this, I would like realize how stupid it was, and I was like, damn, I am completely useless in this world. And I would genuinely have anxiety attacks about it. And I still do.
Yeah, it's stupid until you have $1 million.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
And
Also, every profession's stupid. That's kind of like...
Nope. Look at Elon Musk. Come on.
That's true. That's a smart guy.
An autistic millionaire.
Yeah, that's a smart dude. He's building spaceships.
I feel like Elon's
we were
just
talking
trying
about sales earlier. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, Elon's just like trying to like be Kanye, I think. Like he wants to be like the Kanye of tech a little bit. Like he's just like going crazy and stuff. What were you saying, Mike?
Oh, we were talking about sales earlier, and there's a guy on Instagram that I follow. His name's like Brad Leah or something. He's like a sales guy, and he's like, he had some video where he was like, look, the only people who are dying were previously overweight. They're elderly, like about, COVID deaths. And then he had some other thing where he was like, we need to rethink like the professions that we value in this society. We value things like doctors, lawyers. What about salespeople? I have 3 daughters. I want them to end up with salespeople because they'll always survive. I want my daughters to be cheated on constantly.
Yeah. Just guys who lie and are predatory.
Some fucking cokehead.
Have any of you guys, have any of y'all ever done sales?
No.
I hate that. I hate it, dude. It's so fucking stupid.
I did like fraud telemarketing for 1 month.
I did that too.
I sold it was like shares of an oil drilling site in Louisiana. It was like blue chip sale where I was trying to call like millionaires and get them to invest in this oil rig.
Yeah.
And it was like so many phone calls were just people being like, yeah, Richard died like 4 years ago. How'd you even get this number? So much of that.
That's such a scam. Yeah, you have it for like a month, and then like the company just goes under, and then like the head of sales just moves to a different company to do the exact same fucking thing. It's so parasitic.
Dude, sales is weird because
it's all commission based, right?
Yeah.
No, well, because I had a sales job after that where I was selling plastic water tanks, like for farmers and different companies and stuff. And I do remember the first time I got like a big sale where it was like tens of thousands of dollars. It was like that same feeling as when you kill on stage. Where I was like, this feels fucking good. Like I feel really nice right now. So I don't know, there's something there that Glenn Ross shit is real. Where it's like this feels fucking amazing.
Yeah, I would love to.
I'd
love to yell at Kevin Spacey. That's the only part of that movie I really want to do.
Yeah, that scene with Pacino, but that scene with Pacino at the end is very interesting because like he's saying stuff that you do kind of identify with. Like he is a guy who doesn't eat if he doesn't produce.
Yeah,
but he's talking about like this guy that he very much manipulated and tried to like screw over.
Yeah, he just lied to him and was trying to take money and would have cost that guy his livelihood too.
Yeah.
But then Spacey is lying too, so they're all pieces of shit, and I love that. I love shows where everyone's an asshole. You fairy. That's the funniest part.
Right.
He goes, you fairy, you cunt.
Yeah. Because if you had that scene in some other context, it probably wouldn't work. 'Cause it would be too like kind of sanctimonious.
Yeah.
But in that context, I think it's very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, but also it's great because also the whole movie is just like so tense, and then it just explodes, and like, so that's. I mean, it's like that movie is just male aggression. The movie, basically. If I was in sales, though, if I ever did sales, I would definitely be Jack Lemmon, just a desperate, sweaty, like.
I think I would too. Yeah.
Please, could you just do this for me, real quick, please?
Just open the door. Come on. I drove all the way over here. Now, wait a minute.
Can I sit down? I'll sit down with a great couch you got. Let me tell you, I have a great investment for you there. Yeah, because I can't sell fucking anything because I default so quickly to that. It's my fault and what I'm doing is shitty.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the
Can't do that, dude.
comes.
Well,
yeah.
it
You need to
is.
read the 48 laws of power.
Yeah. And if you don't believe in the product you're pushing, and a lot of it is just bullshit a lot of the time, it's like, fuck that. I wouldn't buy this shit. Why would I expect anyone else to buy it? You know?
Leads are weak.
Yeah, that's why we're not salesmen.
Yeah, sales is fucking
We're
stupid.
good people.
All it is just like you're tricking people into buying so you can eat. You have to trick somebody else so you can make a living. That's dumb.
Yeah, dude.
I
I'd
worked
rather
for
be.
this.
They're scumbags, dude. The sales department, like in every company, bunch of fucking scumbags, bunch of fucking cokehead idiots. They can't do anything else. All they can do is lie to people and push a product that all they do is just like recite the fucking shit that their idiot boss tells them to fucking say on the phone. Yeah. So they have a script of these sell points, and like they know how to like manipulate it. Like good salespeople know how to like manipulate somebody into buying something they clearly don't need and tricking them into thinking that they need it.
Right. Yeah, or applying pressure, just being like, you're going to do this, right? For me, like weirdly being emotional, like making the other person emotionally invested in like,
right.
I mean, that's what Pacino does in that movie. He's like, come on, I wouldn't lie. What are you doing? It's me you're talking about here. Like, meanwhile, he's being completely predatory.
Yeah. I was in Newark airport once. My flight had come in, and you know, when like you get in, you don't want to, do you guys do this at the airport? You like kind of linger. You don't want to leave right away because usually it's going to be like a long journey home. So I stopped in this electronics store and I looked at a pair of headphones, and there were these like 3 Italian guys there working there, and they were like, "Yeah, nice headphones, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're nice." And they're like trying to get me to buy them, and I'm like, I got to check my bank account first because I just want to make sure I have money in my account. And they were like, "Oh, we could do it right here if you want. We could check your bank account for you."
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, and then I'm like, nah, that's all right. I'll think about it. I'll come back. And they're like, well, you're not sure? Do you not want to buy them? Because that's a different story. Like they were going to like bully me. I walked away feeling like bullied, you know?
That's weird.
Fucking Geek Squad shakedown. That's incredible.
Yeah. At the Newark airport of all places.
Yeah, I felt so.
What's your commission like for those headphones?
It's like $6.
Yeah. We need another good sale. $2. We closed it. I needed that $2.
Well, the thing that's weird, like with sales, and it's the same shit with like comedy or anything, is like if you're really good at it. If you're bad at it, you make $0. But there's a point where you do get good enough at it where you somehow like you're making millions of dollars. Like you're making a lot of money by doing this thing that's pretty much useless.
Right. Well, there's a crossover between comics who are good at sales and like are making it on little merit in comedy. I hate to bring this back to comedy, but I do feel like there's a lot of comics that make it because they're incredible at marketing and selling themselves, and that is a skill that takes a lot of work in a way, but it does kind of like discredit that, especially like the ones who blow up on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're really.
Well, I used to be
here's
so
my
bitter.
labia.
Yeah. Great marketing. Like, hey, look at my titties.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm ironically not wearing anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to be so bitter about all that because I looked at it like this guy's just really good at marketing. He's not really that funny, and I don't know. It's like there is a talent, like that is a skill that I don't think is that difficult to learn. You just have to set aside your own ego because it is stupid to do shit like that. Like you feel ridiculous, but it's also like what it would take to just like start setting up social media accounts and promoting yourself is not that difficult. You just feel like a fucking moron doing it.
And it's work, and comics hate to work. That's a lot of it too, you know? It's fucking...
No, we don't mind working. It's just like... Because it's like, look how many times we've done like 3 or 4 mics a night, which is like, that's basically working without getting paid. Like, we're putting in hours to travel all around New York.
Yeah, but there's like...
So it's like...
There's an element of that that's not really work, you know? There's not that much work involved besides travel. Like, actually, like, sitting down and coming up with a plan and being disciplined and organized. Like open mics in a way are kind of like addictive behavior and compulsive behavior and stuff.
Yeah, there's so much work into tweeting and posting about. Like,
well, it's not. But you know what I mean.
I mean, like, you're right. It's more work than doing open mics, but it's also still just not a lot of work. It's just kind of humiliating.
Yeah. Fuck those. I'm not. Yeah. That's why it's all just poorly attended bar shows for me, baby.
Yeah, dude. All the Brooklyn shows that we're not getting booked for. Well, the comedy doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Time to rise from the ashes.
Yeah, like the Phoenix. Phoenix Improv, one of the first clubs opening up.
So, surprise,
cool.
man. The Phoenix rises, baby.
Yeah. And
in New York, what club do you hope opens up first?
Dangerfields,
absolutely. It's what he would have wanted.
Dangerfields.
It's the one I'm ready. I'm ready to get back, dude.
Yeah, dude.
If they all get more respect than its namesake ever had.
Yeah. I get no audience.
Ooh.
I hope the pit opens back up and just makes like $8 million in profit.
The pit's a cool place, but yeah. The pit's a cool place, but every show there's like 2 people in the crowd. I don't understand how they keep their rent up. Yeah. It must be that bar. Whatever, who cares? Yeah. At least, hey, UCB is dead. Salute. Thus far, all the things that have gone down, I have not shed a tear over, really.
I did one thing at UCB East. I did like their 1 minute open mic, and I was like,
Jesus,
cool.
I did those a bunch. Yeah, I did a couple shows at UCB.
Well, RIP, man. I never did a show there, so I'm not shedding any tears for a venue I was never a part of, man. But
let's have the real conversation. Who do you hope stays closed forever?
Ooh,
honestly,
good question.
Honestly,
no, I'm joking. We don't need to publicly say shit.
I was about to name.
I mean, if you guys want to, but I don't know.
Well, what about not comedy clubs? What business do you hope fails? Amazon.
The United States government.
Oh,
Dalton, come on.
Fuck. Bill Hicks over here.
Damn, dude.
Because the government's basically a businessman.
Yeah. The president's running it like a business. A shitty business, man.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. When you're driving on the BQE, there's like a building and there's some street art on it. And it's in big lettering so you can see it really well. And it says like conservative government. But the CON is in capital letters, and the MEN in government, or the MEN in government is in capital letters. So this conservative government con men.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Whoever did that thought he was like just the man.
I love
Banksy.
It was Banksy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a great idea for a billboard idea. Hello, Governor.
Wait, is Banksy from Mary Poppins?
Yeah, he's a chimney sweep. Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
That's why it's Exit Through the Chimney or whatever that movie's called.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. So I saw on Twitter today someone called Trump IQ 45.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Well, did you guys?
Yeah. What about Jeff Tiedrick?
Yes, that guy fucking sucks so hard.
Well, he sucks, but have you seen his Patreon?
No, I haven't.
So like he's got a Patreon. So he's a guy who like just tweets at Trump, responds to every single tweet, has somehow amassed like almost 330,000 followers. But he's got a Patreon, and he's like some older like boomer, and he's like follow me on Patreon. His Patreon makes $200 a month, and all of it is just comments from Trump people being like, "You should fucking kill yourself, you fucking loser." I'm coming to but I sent it to a friend of mine, and he was like, he gets these people so riled up. Like we thought he was just lame, but he's an alpha.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh yeah, enjoy, like, oh yeah, you're covered in Cheeto dust. I'm like, I'm coming to your house with a gun right now. Fucking kill you.
Yeah, I guess it is like those people could just be trolls. I mean, his picture on Twitter is just Eric Clapton, so it's not a real guy.
Wait, that's Eric Clapton?
I think so.
Definitely thought that was him.
No, I think it's just a picture.
I don't know. Because I found a YouTube video that was like Jeff Tiedrick, and it's him like playing guitar at some open mic night or something.
Oh, okay.
He's just playing Eric Clapton songs.
But he's basically tweeted at the president. He's tweeted like, "Sir, this is a Wendy's," like 400 times.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
God damn it,
dude! That went viral like today because Trump tweeted like, "Gas is up, energy, hilarious" or something.
Yeah.
With 4 exclamation points, and then someone quote tweeted it and it was like, "Extreme, sir, this is a Wendy's energy," and it went viral, and I was like.
Yeah.
How
that makes me more concerned than any of the shit Trump does is like whatever. But when people do shit like that, like whenever Trump tweets something and then everybody's in the comments like, where you fuck like where they try to dunk on him. I'm like, that's more worrisome than what he did because like that Independence Day clip he posted is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. And then everybody trying to dunk on him just makes me more concerned because I'm just like, you guys, he's winning.
You don't get it. They don't get that. Yeah, right. They don't get how badly they're losing.
Yeah. That's what's so funny too is that it's just 2016 again, where the Democrats are like, he's 2 points down to the polls, it's over. You know, it's like, why are you getting off on thinking you're winning right now? Even if you are, operate as if you are underdogs, because you are.
He literally won the presidency. He is he won on such an astronomical level that it's like, yeah, I guess he's a fucking idiot, but he still beat you. Like,
you got beat by a big fat retard. How does that
feel? Right, like how are you not just embarrassed? And you're about to do the same thing again. You should and you're not embarrassed.
That's why the Russiagate thing exists. They created a conspiracy theory. Like, it can't be that we were so we ran the bad candidate. It has to be that it was that this clearly incompetent man somehow formed a conspiracy. Trump's too dumb to form a conspiracy. He probably would if he could, but he's like, he can't even coordinate like daily tasks.
Yeah.
You know what? Like,
how many rubles did you make off that, Mr. President?
We lost Joe. I don't know where he went.
Fuck him.
R.I.P. Joe.
He'll be back.
Yeah,
all right.
Goodbye, Joe.
Yeah, he got offended by this discourse. He was like, they're disrespecting the president.
Dude, we run such a tight ship here at the Loud Boys.
Yeah, every time. But you know,
I fucking hate the Zoom shit. I'll say that.
Yeah.
This is bumming me out. This feels like one of those dystopian future movies where it's like, is this?
Well, that's what's crazy is like those pictures. Hey, he's back.
Was that me?
Yeah, those pictures. I was just walking around New York today, and there's all these people in masks, and it's summer, and I was like, this is crazy. Just everyone's in a fucking mask. I was in a mask too. But it's like, if you had told me in 2016 that like everybody would be wearing a fucking mask, like, 4 years from now and Trump would be president, I'd be like,
bothers you? I mean, that bothers you though, the masks?
I don't care about the masks. It's just like, it's just crazy how it just illustrates how insane our current reality is, that everyone has to wear a mask. You know what I mean?
Robbie sees everybody wearing a mask. He's like, somebody stop them.
Yeah. Smoking. Oh, damn, dude.
I understand why that bothers you, because it is like, it's indicative of like there's a major change happening.
Exactly.
Like the tide is coming in, baby. And it's like, it's hard to deal with the reality that probably will be just what we do from now on. Well, like, I understand why that bothers you.
I lived in Boston during the bombing, and I lived in San Francisco during the wildfires, or at least I was there for like a week. And in San Francisco, I had to wear the
trouble
mask.
Seems to find you.
Maybe. It might have been that monkey's paw that I fucking threw in the trash or whatever. Anyway.
You're just the third Tsarnaev brother.
Yeah. I'm Joker Tsarnaev.
Hiding in plain. Yeah.
But, during the Boston bombings, everyone had to stay indoors for 2 days. And then in California, everyone had to wear a mask. And both times I was like, this feels apocalyptic. And now both things are happening right now, and like indefinitely. So it's really making me zoom out and feel crazy, especially because Donald Trump's the president too. It's not like this is happening and there's like a regular leader. Right. It's the fucking Celebrity Apprentice guy. Like, if you zoom out.
Yeah. We went from having a black president to an orange one.
Oh.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, wow, dude.
Oh, hey.
Somebody took the character creator on Skyrim and pushed the fucking hue back.
Exactly.
Oh, are you talking about the Cheeto in Chief?
Yeah.
One time.
I just call him 45. I try not to even dignify him with a name.
Right. I'm such a fucking weak person.
More like Donald.
I call him
Donald Dumpf.
Drumpf.
Man.
TR''imp.
That being said, I'm probably gonna have to vote for him in the next election because I do not trust Joe Biden and his history of women.
I don't trust Tara Reid.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That fell so flat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do believe her. Let me make it very clear.
That's what podcasts are for. You riff it out, the joke falls flat, and then you don't edit it out of the show.
Yeah, baby.
No,
Well,
I'll send that right to
Chris.
Seth Simons. Actually, he's tweeting up a storm about Joe Biden. It's so
Oh,
funny.
really?
He's like, he's trying to pivot to like real reporting or whatever, and it's like, shut up, dude.
Now that comedy's dead, he has to try to ruin politics.
We have to
instead.
stop Joe Biden. And it's like, shut up, Seth.
But we can't stop Biden because there's no one else. And it's just so funny. It's so weird that it was such like a diverse lineup for possible Democratic nominees, and it really came down to 2 old white rapists.
Damn, Joe.
That's America.
Ain't that America? 2 white
Two
rapists.
boomers who raped women are running for president of the United States of America.
By the way, that was my pilot that CBS passed on, 2 white rapists.
Did you see on Donald, Joe Biden announced like a special website for Latino voters, but he never secured the domain name. So the Trump administration bought that domain, and it talks about how Joe Biden does not care about Latino voters.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, oh, it looks like Joe forgot about you, but we didn't. And it's like, so it was like a website that Biden announced for
JoseBiden.com.
Something like it was like some Spanish word about like remembrance or something, but you can look it up and Trump bought that. And then if you go to like a 404 page, like error not found, instead of just having like a regular error sign like that on the Trump website, it says, looks like you're as lost as I am. And it's a picture of Joe Biden. It's like, go back here. It's they're not admit like he's like
so
the
much better at
being
online.
Yeah,
they're better at being mean and rude, and because I think Biden's still running like a soul of America. We're gonna be like nice again.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
Well, he's trying to
because all those people just never got bullied.
Yeah.
I
think Biden probably got bullied. He grew up in like rural Pennsylvania or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like everyone on all the young people on his staff, they just.
Right.
Seems like,
the people tweeting for him.
Yeah.
Oh, they brought up to Trump one of Biden's tweets, and he was like, "I don't think he wrote that. I think some overeducated 20-year-old wrote that, or something like that," which was sick.
Well, what's weird is like I do think is like as bad of a guy as Trump is or whatever, he's still so incredibly human compared to everybody else that's running, in a way that's like, every one of his flaws are very public. And something about that, I would never vote for him, but something about that is refreshing.
Well, people respond to authenticity, and he is authentic. He's authentically like a huge piece of shit, but people.
Well, because I saw somebody be like one of these like New York media types was like, in New York we used to laugh at Donald Trump, and it's like, okay, well now he's laughing at you because he's the president.
Yeah.
And also everybody else feels that way. Like everyone else feels like they're being laughed at by elites. So that's why they identify with him. So what, you think that like people think that you're cool and they're gonna vote with you?
I mean, exactly.
Everybody hates
a cooler
you.
president than Trump.
When he bullies the press, a part of me is like, this is awesome, because I hate those people. I went to school with them.
Have you guys ever seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street?
It's been a while.
No.
I've seen it.
At the end of the movie, she beats Freddy Krueger by just like not believing in him. She just ignores him by the end, and that's what diminishes all of his power. Mm-hmm. That's if the liberals want to get rid of Trump, they got to do a little Freddy Krueger with him and just stop
thinking about him.
That sounds like a campaign where it's like, just ignore him.
Yeah, well, that's what like Huffington Post tried to do when he first ran. They're like, we're gonna put him in the entertainment section next to Kim Kardashian, and it's like, I don't know what the answer is, because you can't ignore him. It's kind of like a Chinese finger trap, because he totally sucks the oxygen out of the room.
Oh, we're going back to COVID. We're talking
the ultimate Chinese. That's what we should rename it, the Chinese finger trap. What's funny is like those resistance grifters though too, like the Krasenstein brothers or whatever. You know those guys?
Yeah.
Whenever they show up though, even in resistance like forums, it was like, didn't you like scam a bunch of people out of a bunch of money or get banned from Twitter for us? Like, those guys are the clearest grifters of the whole thing, and it kind of speaks to a larger.
And they get real nasty too. They're like mean people.
Yeah, they get really mean. Yeah.
There's a part of me that like it's a hack reference at this point. It's like been done to death, but it's like, that the book 1984. In the book, there's like this guy that everybody hates called Goldstein, and every day they have
why.
like 2.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I know, right?
Who, me?
Why does everyone hate me?
What? I'm just trying to get Big Brother. I love him.
It's Freddie Goldstein. It's
yeah.
Freddie Goldstein.
Everyone hates me.
But
Everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit, but I'll tell you why.
Why don't we call it Big
That's
Brother?
not
Shouldn't we
true.
call it Little Brother because it's so annoying?
But-
80 million likes.
Wow, Fred.
Damn, dude. I'm liking this, Freddie.
yeah.
I would
80
not
he's
mute
gonna-
this guy on
He's
social
gonna end
media.
up. He's gonna end up cheating on his wife just because he's like never got that attention before.
Dude.
He's gonna be like Jared Fogle, just his hard drive's just full of images of naked women. Oh my God, please! And I need more of your comedy. It's getting me through this pandemic.
They looked 18. What can I say? They're good at dancing.
Dude, good for him. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because
damn it.
it's just those jokes and just a bunch of comments like, bruh, savage. It's just like, the disparity, but like his audience is like black teenagers. It's
His wife wants a divorce. He's like, you're not entitled to shit. You understand me? I'm the one that did the work. I'm the one that did the work on TikTok, videotaping my face.
Do you think it's easy to build this from the ground up?
You're nothing. You mean nothing to me.
I could have any whore on this app.
I
You
have
think I
anyone on
can?
this app. Look at this. These are the messages I got in the last 5 minutes of him wanting to suck me off.
They're young. They're hot. What more can I ask for?
Yeah. They kill you to do a fucking home workout every once in a while. You're not doing anything else besides riding my ass.
Yeah.
God damn it. Fuck.
I don't need you. All you've ever done was drag me down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got premium content to make.
Yeah.
For a bunch of 15-year-olds who don't know what comedy is.
I lost 85 pounds after we got married. You think I lost that weight for you?
I once ate a banana. I once ate 5 bananas in one sitting. It's funny when you eat 5 bananas because it's more than 3, but less than 6. You see that? That just made me. I just made $4,000. What do you do? What do you do?
Freddie, please come on the podcast. We gotta talk to him.
You are not taking my kids, bitch. You are not taking my hamster.
Oh my God.
I'm about to pass out.
I turned into a black guy there for a second. I had to like get up and run around.
Oh my God.
Fuck, dude. I'm too big for this house. I'm on TikTok. I'm TikTok's Orange Freddie G.
So I'm a bit of a nerd. I thought you were leaving. Get the fuck out of my house.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of drafts of those front-facing videos. He's like his wife coming in like, shut the fuck up! Don't you see I'm making fucking art here?
I'm making art.
Oh my God.
When Santa comes, they call it Santa Francisco. Or on Christmas. All right.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
Dude, I seriously.
You're gonna have to send him that clip and just let him know that we talked about him.
Dude, we're just goofing. We're just goofing off
dude.
here.
Freddie, if you're listening, you're my favorite comedian. No, we'll send him the clip. I
I
like
follow
Freddie.
him on TikTok.
I do too.
He's the only one I follow, but it's good. It's good
Yeah.
content.
Nice.
He's talking about TikTok. He's like, this thing of ours.
I don't know if I love her, but she doesn't ride my ass like you when I'm trying to make a living for this family.
It's the last third of
So
Goodfellas.
I have orange pubes.
Aren't you glad you sucked my dick?
Aren't you glad I shaved my pubes?
And then just one that's like, the age of consent should really be lower.
You have no idea how many 16-year-old pieces of ass hit me up every single day.
As you can see, the law varies state by state. I could go to Jersey any day and cash this check.
Oh,
I might just grab a Hertz rental car and take my ass to Missouri, where everyone wants to suck me off.
Yeah, the government reopening. Well, also a bunch of teens opening their legs for Orange Freddie G.
You know, Frank Sinatra married Mia Farrow when she was 19 years old. I don't see what the problem is.
I mean, they're both consenting adults in most of the world.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of comments, savage.
look, it's not a federal crime as long as I don't take her across state lines.
Why do they call it the age of consent?
Yeah, more like the age of prosent.
Come on,
I mean,
Dalton.
what's the
That's
big
a little.
deal? Michael Jackson was raping children, and everyone loved him.
Isn't it funny he called it "Beat It"? Like, hey, pal, why don't you beat it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. I wonder if his bit's out of steam.
No,
Yeah,
never.
I mean, probably.
I
mean, goddamn, dude, that was.
I've enjoyed it. I think
It's a shame that
killed it.
Freddie's not more of a household name. That could be a good clip, a good promo.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was just thinking this clip is like such a niche market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude,
Everyone-
he's got 4 million fucking TikTok followers.
Yeah.
Really? Wait, does he? What are the actual numbers on this though?
Okay,
It's
I'm-
6 higher
million.
than
It's 6 million.
No, that's
Would be
exaggerated.
It can't be 6 million.
It's yeah, no, you're right. It can't 6 million. That's fake. No way. Maybe like 5,000.
That's impossible.
6,000, maybe.
6 million.
6 million? No way. It was 6 million.
Orange Freddie G has 31,000 followers on TikTok and
Okay.
1.6 million likes.
Total.
Yeah. So
He
he
walks
has.
into QED like, hey, why? How come no one's taking my jacket? You know who I am? Where's my charcuterie spread? I'm TikTok's Freddie G.
The thing about TikTok was everyone knew you was somebody. Now I'm just a regular fucking schmuck at the creek in the cave.
Being a star on TikTok was like being better than being president of the United States.
You think that dance is funny? Funny how?
Oh my God.
What if Trump wins and then declares himself like king, and then we realize that Freddie G's the only one who can beat Donald Trump because they're both orange.
To beat an orange man.
Yeah.
You
To
gotta fight
catch it.
fire with fire.
Yeah, you gotta fight fire with fire. So it's Freddie against Trump.
They're at the debates, and Freddie's just like, "Why do they call it a podium? I mean, if I knew I could
but
stand."
we're still in a pandemic. We're still in a pandemic, so it's got to be done digitally.
Yeah,
He
so
just wins the election.
So it's one of these Zooms, but it's Donald
They call
Trump
it Zoom,
and Freddie
but we're
G.
actually
Yeah.
they call it Zoom, but we're actually really far away.
Yeah, and Trump's just like, "Who is this faggot?"
And all
fuck,
the
sorry.
MAGA people are like, Trump's a fraud, and they just love Freddie.
Yeah, they start calling him like Daddy Freddie and wearing panties with fucking Freddie's name on it.
Yeah.
Freddie. Daddy Freddie.
Daddy Freddie. They called him a Orange Freddie G O-sexual.
Yeah.
Make America Goldstein again.
This bit is so goddamn inside. I hope it.
This bit.
I know.
I was like trying to say something earlier. I kind of forgot what my point was, but I've enjoyed this bit.
Yeah, everyone go to Instagram. You know what? If you're listening, go to @OrangeFreddieG on Instagram and follow him.
Please follow
support
after
him.
this.
Is it
After
orange
this,
or is it
please
Duff Freddie
follow
G?
him.
I think it's
Yeah, I
different
think it's
on every platform.
DA Freddie G. I think it's that.
Yeah, everyone go to Freddie G. Whatever, look him up. Freddie Goldstein.
Yeah, Google him, dude. We can't keep. We're not his manager.
I would
But,
love to be his
yeah.
manager.
Follow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no notes, man.
You're just getting lamps thrown at your head all the time, but you can't say anything because he makes too much money.
You're not doing shit for me.
You fucking idiot. Why didn't I get into Moon Tower?
Shane Gillis got in. Why can't you get me in there? He doesn't have shit on TikTok.
Oh my God.
Get me Michael Che on the phone right now, you fucking asshole.
Lauren Michaels, right. It's Orange Freddie G. Put him right through.
Put him right on, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry for making you wait, Freddie.
Don't let it happen,
again.
God damn it.
So, Lauren, let's talk about your insulting offer to have me host Saturday Night Live. You know who the fuck I am. How dare you insult me with this?
God damn it.
I demand Freddie G deserves an orange 3-picture deal.
Dude, when he gets back to him that we've done like 20 minutes.
Who cares? He's gonna enjoy. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. I love being talked about on a podcast.
Yeah, dude.
And it's flattering because it's like, it's like he's a star.
Yeah. What if
he's gonna have like a video where he's like, so they were talking about me on a podcast.
Call me back with a real offer, Lauren, you cuck.
I found out I was a star of a podcast.
Freddie G is still the number one. He's the number one box office star, but he's still just hanging out at New York Comedy Club. Like, hey, you think I can get up?
Guys, come on. Can I do a guest spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't know to put him on stage. Just like, who are you again?
Yeah.
They make him buy a ticket. They make him buy a ticket at New York Comedy Club.
Daniel Parafin.
This inside comedy stuff, it's so fun, but it's so, I'm like, or when people listen to this, are they going to be like, I don't like this?
They're going to hate it.
They're going to have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, people do like hearing people shitting on other people. I will say that.
Sure.
Like, I've heard people do that on other podcasts if I don't even know who they are, and it's fun.
If anyone in New York listens to this, they're going to be real tickled. But the rest, I got a friend of. There's a friend of mine back in Texas who listens to this, and he's just gonna call me and be like, what the fuck are you guys laughing about? I don't even, what is the bit?
Well, look, just go and Google him if you want to get the comedy. Our podcast.
Go to Freddie G. Yeah. Put an announcement in the beginning of this. Be like, make sure you know who Freddie G is before you listen to it.
Yeah, dude, familiar.
Because you're gonna miss out. You gotta just do a little bit because it's going to be really funny if you know who this guy is. His Twitter name is Freddie G. His Twitter name is Freddie G in the house.
If you Google Freddie G, the first thing that comes up is New York Comedy Club. He's a stand-up comic and podcaster who appeared on Sirius XM and NPR.
Hold on, Mike's playing.
This is me when
All right, anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Play one.
Who wanted me to be a model. I remember I told him, I'm interested, but I don't think I'm ready yet. Nobody has asked since. This is me when I was 4. And but the thing is, too, it's like, what's that? Dude! He figured out, but Fred figured out how to do something that's just a little different, because I haven't seen any comics really do their bits in that type of setting.
Yeah.
And because it's a little bit different, I think that's probably why he's got the attention that he's had. Over 7 million views on God. Really though, he's going to be out of control once he gets famous.
I could see him not registering that he's getting more famous, though.
He's could be the monster. He's gonna have to be assassinated. Lorne Michaels is gonna ask Robbie to kill him.
We're gonna need a little final solution for old Freddie G.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like of Mice and Men. I take him to New York.
Hey, it's Lorne. Somebody's getting a little too powerful. Okay. I don't know. That's not.
We can't have Freddie G be so successful anymore. I need to promote Lily Singh.
Yeah. Who's that? Oh, that. Yeah.
She hosts the great late night show that she hosts.
That's actually a good ass late night show. That was my first stand up comedy credit. Was that show?
Lily Singh?
Yeah.
He ate her pussy.
Yeah, dude. I fucking ate her pussy for
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Joe got.
I was like, is this thing on?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a segment. She's like, we're going to make a white boy eat my pussy. We're going to make him wear a diaper and go down on me. Get ready. And it's Joe. And then he's going to use it as a credit at like shows.
Yeah.
Seen him on Late Night with Lily Singh, and nobody says it's him wearing a diaper.
I'm eating pussy at clubs and comedy venues all over the U.S., baby.
There was a guy that was on Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes, and I don't want to say who it is, but you probably know who it is. And it's like everybody I don't want to like talk shit because everybody bombs and has a rough night. But I mean, this set, like, he bombed really, really bad, and it's just really funny that he would like use that as a credit.
I mean, well, nobody ever checks the credits. I feel like I don't know if
you can bleep that. Yeah.
No, dude, I worked with a guy a few years ago back in Dallas, who his credits, they weren't anything specific. They were just Fox and Sirius XM.
A lot of people use both of those.
Yeah.
Because it laughs on Fox, right? And then like just any.
But it wasn't even laughs on Fox. It was just like Fox, the channel.
I had
he was just on somewhere.
I had a real hot 6 months where I had a CISO credit. That 6 months where that mattered was awesome. But yeah, I feel like credits don't even get you anywhere anymore. Like Mike, you've done Conan a couple times, right? Like, I mean, has that helped? Has that like helped you out much? Because I've heard a lot like late night spots. I mean, I'm sure it's handy, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's better to do it than not do it. But it used to be mean more. And now it's like, I don't know. It just now at this point, a third late night set doesn't feel like it's worth the effort that I would put into getting it. I mean, especially now, but even like, if I'm talking about like 6 months ago, I feel like the more important thing to do is just there were better ways to serve myself, believe it or not, than trying to get a third late night set. It just didn't seem like something that was important or that I needed, right. It always took a while. Like, it took me a long time from the time I started talking to the booker to the time I was actually on the show. That was such a long process that I was like, it's not worth it to go through that again.
What do you mean? What was the
podcasting? I could be talking about Freddie G on a podcast. That would better serve my
time. What if this is our hot pockets? Like, all of us blow up. Like, and we get a huge crowd.
He's like, you fucking losers are nothing without me. Just so you know. Yeah, the only reason you exist out here is because of me. That's the only reason.
Well, I have a
Freddie G's like Kingpin from Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's Joe Pesci in Casino.
Yeah.
When the fuck did I ask you anything?
It wasn't good, Freddie.
A few years ago, this was back when I was still living in Texas. I did a show in the basement of J&J's Pizza in Denton, Texas. Uh-huh. And Shane Torres was on the show, and he had just done Conan. And the host was like, "Hey, you guys have seen him on Conan?" And all that, they give all his credits. Like, well, I'm gonna say Shane Torres. This is like a damp basement in a pizza restaurant. He comes on stage and he's like, "Yeah, guys, I did Conan, and it really turned things around."
But to me, that's like a weird thing to me to be like, I did Conan, like that you're. That to me, that seems a little arrogant, I guess.
Right, you're acting like you're too good for that.
Look at me, I just did Conan. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I may not have sold it well because it was funny in the room. Like, it seemed more self-aware than arrogant. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember really.
Well, Louis did that.
Well, you shouldn't put Conan on that high of a pedestal anyway. You're a loser if you're losing if you do that.
I think it was one of those things where
how you gonna put another man's name next to your name?
How you gonna right?
I think it was one of those things where he didn't even tell the host to say any credits. I think it might have been that where the host just took it upon himself to like list his credits. And I think he might have felt kind of I don't know how I felt. I remember being funny, but you're right. It can also come off as arrogant. I don't want to say anything bad about Shane.
I've done that before where I've listed.
No, I like him too. I don't want to.
Yeah. Shane's a really nice
Freddie
guy.
G, on the other hand.
See, you got Shane Torres, and then you got.
Yeah. Hey, Fred, you don't intimidate me, okay? I know you might be a huge star.
Star
Remember,
David.
I've seen you at your worst.
Yeah, don't forget where you came from. Yeah,
Don't
Mike,
forget where you came from, motherfucker.
when you asked me if I knew anyone who had blown up,
yeah,
I was thinking of Freddie G. That's
Really?
what I was saying. No.
Yeah.
Well, I have a friend back home who I don't know anybody that's like gotten particularly famous from comedy, but I do have a friend who started like 3 or 4 years after me, and he's been getting like a lot of like pretty big time road work for where he's at. Mm-hmm. And I would never thought I would be like envious of anything like this, but he posted that Orny Adams was taking him on the road with him, and I got pretty upset. I was like, God damn it, well, how's he getting this kind of shit?
Yeah,
but is Orny?
Yeah, I should be talking Orny Adams out of suicide at 3 a.m. at a fucking Holiday Inn. Not him.
I will say I've done the feature weekend thing a couple. I've only done it like twice, but it's really fun. I wish it was more consistent, but I feel like that's like it's pretty hard to get these days.
The only time I've ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like you need a headliner to like you enough to like take you on the road with him.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like why would anyone do that for me? Like I'm funny on stage, but like I think a lot of people are wondering like what does this kind of guy like add to my bill or whatever like that.
And a lot of the times it's like if they're taking you on the road, it's because they just they want someone to hang out with. So it's also
that's why Gino Bisconti took me on the road. I think he just wanted to hang out.
I never.
Mike, you opened for Colin Jost, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah. I mean, I don't anymore, and like, I don't know why, but also it's like he was really good to me for a long time, and you know, we did a lot of stuff together, and I don't know if he does the road that much anymore, but that is kind of like a weird thing where you know, you don't want to get accustomed to something like that. You don't want to feel like it belongs to you or it's owed to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to hang out with Scarlett Johansson a few times. So
Mamma mia.
Great
Congrats, Marone.
Yeah.
One of the all-time babes. Her in The Prestige. My God, dude. So
dude. I was like,
be careful. We're talking about Colin Jost's wife here. Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Well, I made a joke. I made a joke to her about wanting to have sex with my mother. I'm like, you know, because I'm Italian, I want to have sex with my mother, and she was like,
oh yeah.
She goes, ew.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then you're like, hey, check out this guy, Freddie G.
He also has red hair. You're going to love him.
No, but the point is, like, when you get a gig like that, like, you don't want to be, like, stalking the you know, his website and looking for clues as to who his new opener is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because I did that. Gino took someone else on the road after that, and I was like, it made me feel bad about myself.
And you don't want to be, like, sending threatening letters to people. You don't want to be sending animal parts to his new opener.
Yeah.
Like, you stay the fuck out of my...
Do you know this from experience? Who's his new opener?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I think he just uses different people. But I don't think he does the road that much.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, that's fun, but it's not something that you want to be doing for your whole career. Because I heard some story about some comic who opened for a really big comic, and then it's like he just did it forever, and that ended up being his career. So he was making like $500,000 a year to open up for this really big name, but he never got to like have his own career. So what you need to do is you need to have that taken away from you. You have to go back to driving trucks and moving furniture, you know, so that you can find your own thing.
Oh yeah,
I do actually kind of agree with that. Like, I don't think it's good to ever be complacent if you're trying to do anything like substantial.
It's definitely not something you want to get comfortable with, because featuring is like really easy. I mean, it's the easiest part.
It is, dude. It's hands down the best job in comedy.
It's so awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But it is and it isn't, because then, you know, it's like you find yourself in a green room on Saturday night after the 10 o'clock show, and you're like, all right, this is cool, I'm done working, but you're like, but what's next? What's after this? You know?
You get drunk.
Yeah, but you got to be looking. But then it's like, you know, no one's really here to see me. No one really cares. Everyone wants to talk to the headliner after the show anyway. So
yeah,
you got
sometimes they want to take pictures.
Like shoot bigger than that.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
but you just got to shoot bigger than being, you know, somebody's future.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think about that a lot. Like those guys, I get jealous of them sometimes, but then I'm like those satellite comics, like those guys who are so tied to someone else's career. You know what I mean? Like those.
Let's name them, dude. Let's call them out. We already.
Well, like I think like a majority of the Joe Rogan guests.
There we go. That's what I was thinking.
But they all have individual careers. I'm more thinking of like in LA. I would see it a lot actually. Well, Rogan, speaking of like a lot of like comics who worked at the Comedy Store, and then Comedy Store people like take them on the road a lot, but they're still like where they are basically. Yeah, and they just, and then their whole identity is just being this famous guy's friend, and they don't like get up outside of it. And their whole like it's like tunnel vision. Yeah.
I know, and then it's like a weird thing where it's like you show up at the club and they're like, "Oh, hey, is the headliner here?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know. Let me text them," and you become like,
right.
That's like their butler.
That's anxious, yeah. Or
it's nice if when it first starts happening, but you don't want that to be. That definitely should not be the end goal, and you don't want to be too comfortable in that position.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, I guess so. I guess it's because it's more new to me.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it'll happen again, but.
Jost is like, but Jost is like the nicest guy in the world. It's people like hate on him and stuff, but
I hear he's a great writer too. Like people I know who have worked with him as a writer have said he's pretty brilliant.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to be to.
Yeah,
he seems chill, and I would not mind seeing him have sex with his wife.
No, I wouldn't mind either.
That'd be pretty tight. They're both hot.
I know. I turned it down the last time he offered, but
you know what? I wouldn't mind watching him watch Freddie Goldstein have sex with Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, damn, that would be like the ultimate.
That'd be tight, dude.
It's funny.
So I was asked to have sex with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that Colin Jost, I feel like that relationship didn't make nearly as much headlines as like the Pete Davidson, like Ariana Grande thing. Like that kind of sucks.
That
for
was
him.
much more volatile. Like Colin Jost is a stable man.
Yeah, I guess they're just married. They're just like a married couple. Yeah.
They're Pete Davidson, like one of those things. Yeah.
Pete and Ariana,
a wild boy.
They both look like they were in high school and behaved like it. So everyone was like, "Ooh, high school drama," a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, so. She's hot though.
Who?
Ariana
Grande used to be white, and now she's like Mexican or something.
I love it, dude.
Good for her.
She racially appropriated hotness.
What a glow up.
Yeah, because have you seen those pictures of her back when she's on like Disney Channel?
I think it's because Dan Schneider fucked her brown.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
No, Dan Snyder has like a ton of fucking like crazy shit going on with him, man.
Yeah, well, those pictures are so unsettling. The pictures of Dan Schneider.
Do you guys think that's real though? Because there's been like no evidence that he did. I mean, I know he looks like a pedophile.
Look how crazy Amanda Bynes went. That's from some Snyder dick.
Hold on, Robbie. After Epstein, are you really gonna like start being like, do you guys think this is real? There
was another girl plausible. Too, what's her name? Jeanette McCurdy. She made some like weird video about where she mentioned Dan Schneider.
Also, if you just look at the pictures, and I understand this is all conjecture, where it's like, look at how but the pictures of him hanging out with all those like Nickelodeon kids are fucking unsettling to the point where it's like, this guy definitely did this shit.
He looks like a cartoon pedophile.
The problem is he definitely did it, but the only people who care are straight white male podcasters like us. They can trash us all they want, but it's like we're the only ones who are uncovering these pedophilia rings.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Neil Brennan told a pretty bizarre story. He was like, at all that, when I worked there, Dan and I would just like take us all out to go shoot guns in the middle of the workday.
Hold on, that's cool.
Yeah, that makes me like him, actually. But
yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, I'm just saying, like, everyone's on the
kind of like weird LA shit to me, though.
Yeah. LA, they hate guns, though. But yeah. That's just like a weird celebrity thing. But
the LAPD loves
like, what are we doing? I'd be like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
It seems like a weird like employee cult like bonding thing where they,
Oh yeah, good point. Like, yeah. That's like a power move in a weird way too. Because not everyone likes shooting guns. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I love it. I fucking love it.
It does give me an erection.
I think it's fun, but I'm not. It's just like I don't like being in a room with a bunch of people with guns because it's just like I'm scared I'll die.
My dad's a veteran and he's a cop now, and he's big on guns. And he took me to the gun range many times, and it's pretty great, dude.
I mean, it's fun.
Especially when your dad is over your shoulder telling you what to do. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. But yeah, anyway, this is the last thing I'll say about it is like, I just feel like 4chan's on the case. The entire internet is trying to like take down Dan Schneider, and nobody found anything yet. Like besides,
it's all out there, but I feel like it's not gonna. Nobody really gives a shit.
That was the same thing with Epstein. It was like for years, the only guys that were talking about Epstein were like Alex Jones and like Nick Mullen.
Yeah.
And nobody cared until there was like finally something happened that got him busted. But it was like
right. Well, because
everything's
Epstein also became associated with like right wingers because like Fox News was the one who like broke a lot of the stuff because it was damaging against Bill Clinton. So people were like, Fox News, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
But it became like much more of like a once Trump was implicated, I feel like it was more commonly accepted.
But have you noticed there's a thing with like woke people basically trying to say that like caring about pedophilia rings is like hack? Like they try to spin it and be like, oh yeah, like all these white guys with their pedophilia conspiracies. Like it's Fortnite or something.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, hey, look, regular rapists fine, child rapists go shut up. It's because it feels like straight white male behavior to like dive into like these like rabbit holes.
I guess the argument is like, oh, they don't care about other kinds of sexual assault, which I mean that is kind of true. Unless it's Tara Reid or children, I don't really give a shit because that's like cooler.
Max Landis, that's a good one too.
Max Landis is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've been following him. So Max Landis is John Landis's son, who basically is
American
like
Werewolf in London.
Yeah, I just watched that for the first time. It's good, but
it's great.
But yeah, he basically like was a serial rapist. I ran into him at a party once, and he like,
are you fucking John Landis's son is like a serial rapist?
Yeah, and he wrote a bunch of movies. Like he was a big personality online, and he had to like delete all of his accounts.
Christ.
Yeah, dude, look it up. It's a fucking disturbing article.
I've seen that name. I didn't realize it was John Landis's kid.
Yeah. I mean, well, fucking John Landis like got away with like murdering people on the Twilight Zone set. So like they threw a party.
No, that's cool.
That was pretty cool to kill those babies.
Yeah, dude, that's like Blood Meridian, dude.
Yeah, definitely. No country for
Cormac McCarthy.
No country for child actors. Anyway, Max Landis was a very, very visible celebrity in LA when I lived there, especially. Like he would, like I had a bunch of mutual friends. I knew a few people in his like color society and shit like that too. So when he got busted, that was a good one for me. I was really stoked on that. But he's coming back now because he has like a fucking writing class that he's like teaching people. And now everyone has no career like him. So, you know, last laugh on the Me Too guys, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess all's well that ends well, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, the virus really saved us all from the elite Hollywood pedophile rings.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys.
Man, what a masterpiece.
Yeah, what a masterpiece.
Better wrap it up with the Freddie G.
You guys want to play some Red Dead Redemption online?
Yeah,
let's
do
it.
Let's go hunting or
all
something.
right, guys. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram and at LoudBoysPod. And Mike, do you have anything to plug or socials or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm Recine Mike on Instagram, and I'm Mike Recine on Twitter. If you could
some of the best quarantine content, by the way. Very few have been doing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, dude, I enjoyed that video you did with Amber. That was very funny.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's weird because I thought that was going to be good too, and then it got pretty low engagement, and then other stuff that you do it's like you never.
It's a total crapshoot. Yeah,
you never know what's
putting
going
out
to
enough. You never know what's going to hit. So like.
Yeah. It sucks because sometimes it feels like the ones I put the most effort into and really like are the ones that do like the worst, and then the ones that I like shit out like
Dude, that's why you just gotta put out content like Freddie G.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
you just gotta keep posting every day, dude. 3, 4, 5
You gotta find
times
the
a
new
day.
platform because it's too late to get into TikTok now. So you have to find the new platform and like do something just a little different.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll bring Vine back. I feel like I'm just too old for everything now, though.
Dude, get a GeoCities.
Okay. Animal Crossing. I'll be an Animal Crossing comedian.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.